the premium versions of Oppo phones are OnePlus phones. I said it. I said it here. Solid Mind here, and today we're looking at the OnePlus 13. Should you buy this in 2025? But first, a word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by me. I have written a book called Get Up and Fall Forwards. You can find this book available on Amazon. You can get it through Amazon Kindle or paperback. Support this channel, buy this book. You can find out more details on the link below.
There collecting dust because, a reviewer's job is what we do. It has a 6,000 mAh of battery, 4500 nits of peak brightness with excellent display capabilities, flawless software performance, and many other good things. And while using it, it honestly felt too good to be true.
Now here's the thing. I've been using OnePlus since the OnePlus 2. I got the 3. I physically have the 5. I have the 6T and the 7T Pro. I am an active OnePlus user, and yes, I will leave OnePlus because I have to. If you're wondering why I have to leave OnePlus, I have put a link below discussing why I'm leaving OnePlus. I would love to get back to OnePlus, but there's a big feature of their phones that is a quality of life problem that if they can fix, I might be back. But anyway, this phone, the OnePlus 13, looks good. It does. It's a really good phone. Every year OnePlus iterates, and I still think they are flagship killers, even though they're not a killer on price. But they, compared to the £1,000 plus phones, they compare very well.
Especially for the price. So it got me thinking, is the OnePlus 13 that good, or was it just a fantasy that I imagined? Now, well, I started using it again just to find out. And first of all, what makes this phone really spectacular? Let's start with the battery. Now, the OnePlus 13 has a 6,000 mAh of battery that charges from 0 to 100 in just 35 minutes.
That's really impressive. Warp charge is what my OnePlus does. It can charge from 0 to 100 in under an hour. So the fact that it's getting better and better is excellent. It is really good.
It uses silicon carbon technology, which offers higher density and faster lithium ion mobility than the traditional graphite. Now, silicon carbon technology is one of the most trendy things in the smartphone industry right now. Yet, would you believe if I told you that some of the biggest names are yet to adopt it? Now,
I've seen it. I made a video literally, I think, a few days ago regarding the latest Samsung Galaxy Edge that should have had a silicon carbide battery, which would make it probably the best phone to recommend. But because it doesn't, it's like you have to charge the phone 3 times, 4 times a day if you are a heavy user. So the fact that this OnePlus has it and it has 6,000 milliamps means that, wow, the battery life will be more than an all-day battery life.
I don't really want to go into specifics, but you know who the big 3 are in the smartphone industry. Yeah, those 3.
You can be specific. No one's stopping you.
Secondly, the OnePlus 13 is absolutely gorgeous. I have both the Arctic Dawn and the Black Eclipse, and initially the Black Eclipse was my favorite, and then I fell in love with the Arctic Dawn. I think it goes back and forth every now and then. There is something about the blend of vibrancy and simplicity it offers. It's very attractive that sometimes...
This takes me back. I had the Sandstone back. I think OnePlus 3 had that. It feels like sandpaper. I know it sounds not the most nice to feel, but it did feel nice. But the way this is designed looks a little bit similar in terms of the back to the OnePlus 3.
When I go out, people,
as in texture, not the way it's designed,
ask me what phone this is. Like, they've never seen this kind of design before. Then again, it may just be North America. But the vibrancy of the color is not the only reason why people ask me about it. It's also because the camera design is pretty good. See, the OnePlus 13's camera design is one of those, you either like it or you don't like it. It's very controversial, very polarizing. And for people who have used a lot of Chinese budget phones, it might trigger some PTSD because the circular shape design is similar to what you would see on a Chinese budget phone. Now, while for people...
Well, this is the thing, this is what OnePlus started as. I know it's owned by, I think it's BBK Electronics. If I'm wrong, please in the comment section correct me, because I know you guys love to correct me. Anyway, I think BBK Electronics owns OnePlus. Well, that's the parent company. Same as Oppo, the same parent company as Oppo. So In terms of the history of OnePlus, it began as a budget phone. It was like more than 70% cheaper than the flagships. So the design elements are very similar to Oppo. In fact, they would say that they're the exact same designs as Oppo phones because there's a budget and a premium version made. And I would go as far as saying the premium versions of Oppo phones are OnePlus phones. I said it. I said it here.
Who can't even fathom what a Chinese phone will look like, it might be the most
Hold on, but aren't all phones like made in that region? Not China, but in like the Asia. So I know Apple iPhones are made in Foxconn, and even if it's not in China, there's other areas nearby that also make them because the skills in those areas are really good for manufacturing. So they're all gonna be Chinese or Asian phones.
charming design that they've ever seen. Which is why when I walk through the streets of Toronto, it's a city where a lot of residents are not familiar with Chinese phones. And I get the question.
Again, like I would say every phone you pick up has elements from an Asian location, like China.
Sorry, what phone is this? Or, what exactly is in your hand? Well, it's the OnePlus 13. Like, being that charming wasn't enough, the OnePlus 13 also introduced a leather back option for its third color, the Midnight Ocean, and it's
To be fair, as a OnePlus user, whenever anybody asks me what phone do you have, and I say OnePlus, 80% of the time, the next words out of their mouths is, "What's that? What's OnePlus?" OnePlus is not available in terms of like generally known. When you go into like a phone shop, the first thing that you will see will not be OnePlus. It will be the flagships. So this sits in people's minds as a cheap phone. And a cheap phone means it's a bad phone. Cheap means bad in people's minds. Even though these phones are like £900 sometimes. Well, dollars. But it's almost ridiculous that OnePlus is not bigger than it is. It's a really good manufacturer that makes really good phones. Yes, there's others out there like Oppo, like Nothing, like Xiaomi, like Realme. I get it. But especially in the Western market, I feel like OnePlus has really made a lot of steps. OnePlus and, Oppo. But yeah, oftentimes the question I get is, what is that phone you have?
absolutely gorgeous like the rest of them. It then upgraded its water and dust resistance rating from IP68 on the OnePlus 12 to IP69 on the OnePlus 13, changed the fingerprint sensor from optical to ultrasonic, and went from using Gorilla Glass Victor 2 to adopting Apple's ceramic glass strategy, which is supposed to improve drop resistance by a significant margin. Now, these things might sound routine. Honestly, it sounds like every other person does this, but it's not really. Now, the mix of variety, dedication to improvements, and cutting-edge features is what makes this phone world-class and difficult to resist. And talking about
That's fair. That is fair.
class, this is where this phone truly went from, this could be great, to wow, this is really good. And that is the display. It has a QHD display resolution and almost 91% screen to body ratio.
You know what? I have to say it. OnePlus make excellent displays. Yes, I know that most displays are made by Samsung, but the display, like, okay, I am using a OnePlus 7T Pro. The display is beautiful. It has better colors than an iPhone 15 Pro Max. I said it. Come for me, I don't care. I'm saying the truth. The OnePlus 7T Pro has better colors than an iPhone 15 Pro Max. And that's the truth. You know how I know it? I've seen them side to side. And I see it every day because I have both. I see them. I see the OnePlus 17 Pro. I see the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I prefer watching videos on the OnePlus 17 Pro. Now, if a phone that old can be that good, I'm just saying, like, the OnePlus 13 must be excellent. Maybe I'm biased.
And even better, it has 4500 nits of peak brightness with Ultra HDR image support, which enriches the color and overall vibrancy of the display. It also has a 120Hz refresh rate that allows you to go from 0 to 120 depending on the content that is on your screen. Now, I love the display of this phone. The colors are accurate, the images are vibrant, and it just doesn't matter how scorching the sun is. I mean, 4500 nits of peak brightness is truly insane. All right.
That is good, actually. That is very good.
If you're still watching this video, we are so close to 30,000 subs. I think I'm on 29.1 right now. So I have about 900 subs to go. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video so more people can see it. Guys, we are so close. Now, another thing I love about this phone, and I know it might be personal, is the fact that I love Oxygen OS. Now, this is just basically stock Android with more customizable options. And I love Oxygen OS because I also love the pure Android experience that the Pixel gives me. And Oxygen OS gives me that same feel with an extended customization.
To be fair, I also enjoy Oxygen OS. Like, the way that it works for me is a big selling point. I like it. I use it a lot. It's a big win for me.
Option or capability, but no bloatware like One UI. Now, if you wish One UI was cleaner and more streamlined in a way, then you will love Oxygen OS because it bridges that gap between stock Android and One UI. Now, the downside is you only get 4 years of software upgrades and you won't get them as fast as you would get on the Pixel phones.
I don't care. You know what? I'm gonna end it here. I don't care about updates. The reason why I don't care is this, right? If you're buying a brand new phone, I almost guarantee you within 2 years you buy a new phone. Most people upgrade every single year. So this only matters if you're going to keep your phone for more than 2 years. Okay, so this phone, let's just say you buy it next year. So you get only 3 years of updates. Still, like, these updates, like above 3 to 4 years, don't really benefit you if you are not, well, if you're gonna sell your phone anyway or buy a new one. Like, I really appreciate the fact that manufacturers are promising updates. The question is, what updates are they promising? Is it just security updates? Is it software updates? Will it allow you to get up to OnePlus 15, the software on it, like Oxygen OS? I guess will it allow you to get to Oxygen OS 20? Like, is it just security? So, like, it's very important to understand that we have reached a point in technology where maybe we are not at the peak of progression, but we've reached a point where, in terms of hardware, where we can safely say in the next 7 years, we can still update the software on these legacy hardware made this year or now, because the progression in terms of like progressing far within IT is slower. If you look back 10 years ago, the phones were changing every year in big ways. Now phones are not changing that much every single year. They change slower and slower. So them promising 7 years of updates, 5 years updates, it's standard now. Anyway, guys, should you buy this phone? You know what? I don't know. I'm on the fence. The reason why is, right, yes, you can buy it for $899, a little bit cheaper if you get some discounts, maybe $799, which then puts it in the same realm as the Pixels. But I don't know. I like it. Maybe I would buy it if they fix that little issue that I would talk about, that I have spoken about before. There's a video link below. But what do you guys think? Should you buy it? Thanks for watching, but one more word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by me. I have written a book called Get Up and Fall Forwards. You can find this book available on Amazon. You can get it through Amazon Kindle or paperback. Support this channel, buy this book. You can find out more details on the link below. Maybe I should buy that book. Come on, guys, buy it. And when you buy it, comment down below saying I've bought it. But like, comment, subscribe, and peace.